still cleaning Gavin Newsom remnants off his shoes. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get on. No choice to get on. Man, did you get it on? Thanks for tuning in. Chris Wylde in studio.
I love that guy.
Actor, comedian.
The
Got
best.
a podcast out called ClipCast, and it's the longest-running Los Angeles Clippers podcast. So
That's
we
right.
can talk a little hoop as well, because there's a lot going on.
Scoop
Joe
clips.
Praino's in here as well. He's going to be doing the news and beyond. So I got back from New York. Lots to talk about, and we'll kind of go in chronological order. First, getting dropped off at LAX on Wednesday afternoon. Now, I don't know all that is going on with Uber, but there's oftentimes a language barrier,
Right.
but it's not really a language barrier. It's more of a language obstacle course.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a group of people that are the world's biggest losers. Okay, they suck at everything. They have no skill. They can't speak any given language, and they're literally the world's worst people. And you can tell them from other people because they have a sticker on the back of their car and it says Uber.
Oh,
If
or
you have
Lyft.
no fucking
Yes,
skill
I guess-
whatsoever,
Yes.
you pick up your phone and you press a button and now you're an Uber driver. That's the prerequisite, is you have to have a phone and a car.
I know, and so it's a self-selecting group sample of people, but
Lowest common denominator.
Even then, it defies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's like that guy does drive for Uber,
Right.
but you didn't see him arguing with a mailbox earlier that day. Like, he has cells in his brain.
Right.
He can put thoughts together.
He can download an app.
He can download an app. He gets in his car. He goes somewhere. He finds you. You know what I mean? So there's some synapses, and there's some tracking, and there's something.
There's
you
something
know?
there.
I had a guy. I had once harkened back to an Uber story where I almost missed a flight to Hawaii to do a gig about 6 months ago, where the guy had pulled up my street. It was sort of a hill.
Right.
And he was facing up the hill. And the way to get to the airport was behind him. Like, turn around, go to PCH, make a left. The airport's over there. He's been to the airport a million times. He's an Uber guy.
Right.
And I was waiting for my girlfriend to come out, running late. Hope everyone's sitting down. So I'm out front going, geez, we have moments.
gotta go.
We gotta go. So I say to the guy, turn the car around. Just turn it around. We'll come back and we'll jump in the car.
Turn
he's
the
like,
car around.
Right. He goes, he's like, no, like, he's like, I'm standing in front of his car going, turn around.
Yeah.
We're going to LAX.
Yeah. It's off PCH.
We're not going to Pepperdine.
No.
We're going to LAX. It's behind us. Just turn around. It's like, I'm like, I'm trying to shave 45 seconds off this.
Of course.
Right. She didn't make the flight, by the way. I did because I had fast pass in the security line and she didn't. And that's how. But I'm going, like, turn around, and he's like, no, and I'm like, put my head. I'm going, listen, we're going that way. We're going that. Just turn around. We'll jump in it. It's like, he wouldn't do it.
The Uber driver that doesn't have fast track is beyond me in Los Angeles. You're a
Well, it's not her.
professional
Sorry,
driver.
not her. It's her at the security. I don't mean fast track. Sorry, I mean clear,
TCA, pre-check, et cetera, et cetera.
sorry.
Yes,
I
yes.
misspoke. So there was that guy, but this time I'm going to LAX. And I'm flying American Airlines out of LAX.
Something special in the air. American Airlines.
Yes, special needs.
Special needs. Pilot and crew. Their first class is horrible. It's
okay, but
horrible.
hold on. Also, this reminds me. You know when you talk to people and they have to make everything needlessly confusing?
Sure.
Like, I'm on the phone with the guy I'm traveling with, Mike August, who has to make everything confusing all the time. I go, we're American, right? He goes, yeah. And I go, that's just past the horseshoe at the end. That's just past the end.
Terminal 4.
And then he'll go, it's Terminal 4. And I'll go, yeah, it's
what you
right.
said.
It's right past it's right on the other side of the horseshoe.
Yeah.
The horseshoe's at the end.
Ah,
and then it's like, just say yes.
You were
just
right.
say yes. We could get on with our lives.
Exactly. You were right.
You know
It's
what
just
Mike
past the
told me
horseshoe.
on the flight back?
Mike August, the real
Mike
piece of
August.
shit. One of the
Mike-
biggest pieces of shit.
On the way back,
It's the worst month. It's hot.
they offered chicken or pasta.
Right.
Chicken or spaghetti bolognese. Those were the two. And we got through. We got about halfway through the flight. And we were up in first class. Mike came back to talk to me, and he goes, "What'd you order?" And I go, "I got the pasta."
Yeah,
"What'd you
veggie
order?"
pasta.
And he goes, "I got the beef."
There is no beef.
I go,
It's chicken or pasta.
"Chicken or pasta?" I go, "Beef." And I go, "What beef?" And he goes, "Bolognese, pasta bolognese." And I go, "Okay, you could just said pasta. Just say pasta. I just said pasta. I got the pasta. You can go, me too. You can just say me too. But you had to say I got the beef, and now we had to go off in some weird direction. Now I thought I missed some steak or something. Like I got drunk and missed the beef offering or something.
I would have taken the beef.
So
Sounds like you got beef with Mike August, Adam.
we pulled in to the airport. Took me a while to figure out that, just
JFK
around
or
the
LaGuardia or Newark Liberty.
JFK is where we got. But I'm going to LAX.
Yeah. I
go
moved to LA
LAX.
in 98. Since then, it's been 26 years. LAX has been under construction the entire time I've lived in Los Angeles, since 1998.
The day they cut the ribbon to open LAX in 1963, they said, start another construction project later this afternoon that we shall never finish.
That's right.
They're going to try to connect the tram that
Yeah.
goes into LAX with the bullet train that goes from Merced to Bakersfield.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
Not in our children's
our
lifetime.
lifetime.
Not in anyone's lifetime. But
Newsom will get it done.
All right. So somehow I say to Mike, it's right. That's at the end of the horseshoe, right?
Yeah,
It's right
Terminal
out.
4.
It's right at the end. And, well, the end is international. Yeah, I know it's international. I know the end is international, but it's the first one. It's number 4. Okay. I pretty much know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Here. So we go in, and I got this Uber driver, white guy.
Huge,
off.
huge. Right there, you stubbed your toe.
But no,
when you have a
white guy,
male
but no,
Uber
but
driver.
like Serbian white or something.
okay.
Like not
All
good
right.
white, not good
Off-white.
white, not our white.
Okay, good.
Not good white. They're not all the same white.
No, that's Eastern European, like
Right.
European bloc.
So
or whatever. Eastern European bloc, whatever
He
the hell
pulls
it is.
in. Now, to make things worse, I got the merch bag. It's 50 pounds worth of books and DVDs.
Did you
and
move
I got
any of
it
the
with
merch?
Me.
Did you
we
move the
moved all
merch?
the books.
That's great.
Because that's the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I got the
Paperback or
merch
hardcover?
bag. I got my bag. I got my backpack. I got a full backpack because I'm traveling. I'm going to be there for 4 days. I'm taking a suit. I got the merch bag. I got 70 pounds worth of gear.
Hell yeah.
This guy
You didn't check a single
comes
piece of
to an
luggage,
end.
did you?
Hold on. Hold on. Come to the end of the thing. Guy stops in front of Singapore Airlines, right at the international terminal. Now, he was told, Uber guy was told, we're going from this place in Malibu to the American Airlines drop-off.
Right.
He stops in front of the Singapore place in the middle of the horseshoe at the end. Now, I'm sitting there, and I can see about 150 yards forward and a little to the left.
American.
I can see American. And he
Right.
stops and goes, here we are. Here we're here. And I go, no, not here. I'm going to American. It's here. It's here. I go, I'm going to American.
It's right there. It's
He
in front
holds
of
his
us.
phone up and he goes, hey. He's like, starts pointing at his phone, right?
Yeah.
I go, whatever the phone says. I'm going to American. I'm going to the American drop-off.
You got heavy luggage, for God's sake.
Why? What is this thing where it's like, okay, English isn't his first language, right? But he drives through this airport 3 times a day. You know what I mean? It's the American drop-off, and I'm pointing at it. Just pull ahead and drop me off. He
Whatever
goes,
happened to the customer's always right.
He goes, no. He goes, okay. He pulls ahead about another 15 feet, then he pulls off to the right. And he stops at the curb.
And no take it to American.
Meanwhile, while he's driving, lurching forward, he's got his hands out because he's fit to be tied. He's like, what is happening? What is here? What is going? What goes on in this car? And I'm like, I just pull. And then he stopped, and he said, okay, yeah. And he holds his phone out again. There's a red dot on it. Like, you're here. I go, look. I'm going to American. I'm going to American. Just go forward. And he goes, no, it's here. I go, do you not understand what I'm saying? He goes, it's here. I go, fine. Let me out of the car and then watch me drag my shit for 150 yards.
He's going to drive by it when he leaves, too.
Yes, he's driving past it.
Isn't that on you for not knowing how to speak Herzegovinian?
It's true. It's true. I
If
should
you
like
could
Slavic
speak-
languages.
yeah.
I'm so rusty.
Yeah.
That I couldn't even say airport drop off.
If you could speak whatever country his country turned into
So
several years
I get-
later's language.
I'd get out of the fucking car and I just start dragging all of my shit
All your
past
merch.
all the.
I had
the
to write a
great
book.
part about the international. sidewalk is the beleaguered smokers. They got a 13-hour flight.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, they're fucking smoking 4 cigarettes out
I know
front
that
of
spot.
That spot.
I spent a lot of time there.
That's the beleaguered smoker spot. You're just dragging it through this third and
People
fourth
in
hand
Europe
smoke. Just European
Still
guys.
smoking a lot.
So and I'm looking at the guy the whole time. He's just watching me drag all. He's in traffic, so he's trying to get. It's like
You beat him.
Here we go. Thank you for shoving me out of your car. I told you 13 times. Just pull forward. Just pull forward.
Yeah.
Now, not doing it. I'm out. I
So
have
you had
to get
to
out.
walk.
I had to walk. I was entertained by the exchange.
Of course.
But I don't. What am I now? There
He's like, I
might-
give you content for your show.
Yeah.
This is content for Monday.
This content for Adam Carolla podcast.
There might be
Give us free.
something about something at American where you can't drop there or he wasn't.
way. No way.
Okay,
I
whatever
flew
it
out-
is, I
flew
just
American
dragged
last
all
week,
my shit there.
and they flew me out of Bradley. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And so I checked in at Terminal 5. So my fucking parents were here to visit me, which was
you
a
flew
nightmare.
out of international.
Yeah, but like for no fucking reason, I was flying domestic.
Right.
So my parents are like, "Oh, we made it so easy, so we left at the same time as you." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm TSA pre-check, flying first class. I don't need to be there as early as
Yeah.
a crazy woman from New Jersey. So she has to get there 2.5 hours early. So now I have to get there 2.5 hours early." And so I drop her off at Terminal 7, and then I walk to 5, which is American. American is 5 and 4. I check in at first class, whatever. The woman doesn't tell me you're flying out of Bradley. She tells me fucking nothing. She gives me a paper ticket, and then there's no gate on it. I'm like, now what?
I know. Because I realize we're taking the dumbest people on the planet and
100%.
we're making them the tip of the spear. And not only are they dumb,
Dude.
not only dumb, I
Fit
think
to be
they're
tied and tip of the spear. You are on one today,
They're
sir.
angry.
I love it.
They're angry. Oh, I'm eager for the fray. That I can tell.
Oh my gosh.
They might
America's
be angry at
forgotten
Rich Whitey.
colloquialisms.
That's all I can say. So anyway, we make it into
You fly to JFK.
fly to JFK.
You don't have the bolognese.
Stay. No, but
You
we
had
did.
the bolognese.
No,
not
we
the chicken.
do. On the way out.
What'd you have?
The way out, they had chicken, some kind of stuffed pasta thing,
Veggie pasta, probably.
or a steak.
Okay. Oh.
But Mike and I,
Mike had the ribs somehow.
Right.
Mike and I were behind. We were in the first class was only 5 seats deep on each side.
American's first class is garbage. I just
No,
flew
this
it.
was fine.
All
I mean,
right.
I got a pod. There was only like 10 people.
Oh, pod. That's nice.
Mike and I were second from the back. We were like 3 or 4 rows in. When they got to us, they're out of the chicken, and they had 1 steak left. And they offered it to Mike.
Oh, fucking August?
But
Your
Mike,
opener?
Mike offered
that.
it up. Mike offered it up
Wow.
to me.
Nice.
And Mike got the pasta, which is he wanted the chicken, they were out. He wanted the steak, there was 1. He offered it to me and got the third thing. I've said it a million times. Have enough of everything on the plane so
course.
that when you get to the back of first, if the guy
5
wants
rows.
a steak, he's got a fucking steak. Mike wanted the steak, couldn't have it because they were done.
It's a 15 people. Have 15 of each thing.
It's not even, it's probably an even number. And I think it's like 14. I mean, it's
There you go.
literally 1 on each side. There's no guy in the middle.
It's not rocket science.
But it literally, there may have been 12, like 6 on each side. But
How
anyway,
are the flight attendants? Any good-looking flight attendants?
there are no more good-looking flight attendants.
There are. They're all flying to Asia.
Oh, they're flying to Asia.
Yeah,
Right.
I've
Sorry.
seen
There's
them.
no more domestic.
No.
There's no more domestic good-looking. It's just dudes, gay dudes, and fat chicks.
Gay dudes and heavy gals.
That's all.
Which
That's all we
was
got.
the same people running Hollywood in the 90s. Gay dudes and heavy gals.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now they're all flight attendants.
Now they all become flight attendants. So we get there. Now, and a lot of people have been talking about me duking it out with Gavin Newsom.
Who won the fight?
I think I did.
Nice.
According to people.
Ding, ding.
But
All right, so you're going to replace Biden on the ticket and not Newsom?
they're talking. It seems unfathomable to me that Newsom could do that, but his name comes up a lot.
I don't think he drops out personally. Like, there's no way the president just bows out. Like, because the president never gets told no in his life, whatever. And so why would, even if they say, Joe, you got to drop out, he's the fucking president. He's not going to drop out. Like, just if someone said, Trump, you got to drop out, he's like, go fuck yourself. I'm not dropping out.
Everyone seems to think his wife is calling the shots now, which is
Well, she is a doctor.
interesting.
And I believe it's his second wife. Those are better than the first wife.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they have more dominion over you.
Bigger tits usually on the second wife. I don't have any
Yeah.
photos of the original Joe Biden's wife,
Yeah.
but I guarantee Dr. Joe Biden has nicer tits than the dead Biden widow. I don't know. He's the widower.
You should have delivered her eulogy.
I would.
These are all
Here
very
lies a
stirring words.
flat-chested biatch.
All right, so so what people should know is I was told that, okay, here's what happened. They go, they want you to do Cuomo on News Nation.
Okay.
And they want you to break down the game film from the debate. And I said, oh, okay. So they go, you're going to come out there and you're going to get there at 7:30. And then you guys are going to go live at 8.
Incredible.
And you're going to go from 8 to 9, the Eastern time, sitting there with Cuomo, talking about the
former
debate.
CNN anchor Cuomo or former New York Governor Cuomo, right? Because those guys are both Cuomo.
This is Anchor.
Okay. The
Anchor.
younger brother.
Younger brother.
Yep. Chris Cuomo.
Right.
Nice.
And then that's what you're going to do.
Okay.
And I said, oh, okay. And then you get there and they go, it's going to be you and Stephen A. Smith and Chris Cuomo breaking down the thing. And I'm like, okay.
The plot
But also,
thickens.
I don't know why no information is ever shared beforehand.
God forbid.
So then they go, but first, O'Reilly and Geraldo Rivera are going to break it down for a half hour before you do it. So I'm like, it's always like, thank God I got here early because I get to watch O'Reilly. And
it's a land of
these
broke down political
these
toys.
Guys, yes. And so I
Stephen
sit in
A.
the
Smith.
green room and we sit there and I'm talking to Stephen A. a little, who I know a little bit.
Right. Is he short?
No.
Okay. Regular sized.
No, he's probably 6'1" or 2.
Oh, he's over 6 feet tall. The last time I saw
Yeah,
him,
it
he
always
was
goes
wearing...
that direction. You know what I mean? When you go 6'1" or 6'2",
It goes
up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's either 6'1" or 5'11". Never
That's
happens.
right.
The last time I saw him, he was wearing a pink suit, and that just naturally shrinks a man. So I just assumed he was regular height. But
You saw him
6'2".
at the Players Ball, right?
I saw him game 1 or game 2, Clippers, Dallas Mavericks, postseason,
Yeah.
and he was wearing a pink suit, and he was standing next to Perk.
I say he's 6'1", so the internet says, but he always wears dress shoes
Make
with
him 6'2".
a little bit of a heel.
yeah.
And, he's not doing it like Stallone wears boots to
Right.
the beach, to
Heels.
try to get an extra 3/4 of an inch.
Not in DeSantis'
But
boots.
he's always wearing a suit. And, he's
Yeah.
got a suit shoe on. It puts him up about 6'2". But anyway.
Absolutely.
So at some point after Geraldo and O'Reilly get done arguing, I hit the desk with
Incredible.
Chris Cuomo, and Stephen A.
Smith.
And
My
we're sitting there.
brother.
And
Adam Carolla's here. My
that's what he
brother.
sounds like.
My brother.
Yeah. And we talk about whatever for a while, and then we go to a commercial break. And then we're sitting there, and they go, all right, when we come back, we're going to be joined by Governor Newsom via satellite. And I'm like, he's my Niagara Falls. Like, slowly I turn. Like, I humiliated this imbecile in the studio 11 years ago.
To the day.
And he's never come back.
Oh, he was with you in the studio. You had him in the studio.
Well, he didn't know what he was getting into.
I love that.
And he got into it, and I've been wanting to destroy him again for a long period of time. But, of course, he's a coward, so he would never come in and do this
So you
again.
had your moment.
Well,
11 years later.
I was sitting
sort of.
there, and they're like, yeah, okay, and we're going to be joined by Governor Cuomo in 30 seconds. Here we go. And I was just like sitting there going, oh,
Governor Gavin Newsom.
oh sorry, Cuomo's there.
Right.
Other Cuomo. Who came
Wrong
on.
snowflake, Carolla.
Right, Newsom. So I'm like sitting there, my mind is racing, I'm like, okay. And then I'm sort of like, well, Chris Cuomo's going to interview Newsom.
Right.
And I'm going to be sitting here. I don't even think it's going to be a wide shot. It's just going to be a single on Cuomo and a single on Newsom.
And they'll go back to you after the interview.
Right.
Right.
So I'm like sitting there, and then right before the thing heats up, Chris Cuomo looks at Stephen A. and he goes, get a question ready for Newsom, and Adam, have a question ready for Newsom. We'll hit you at the end.
Yes.
And then we come back, and I'm like sitting there, I go, questions,
Yes.
questions.
You've waited 11 years for this moment.
And I have nothing chambered. And so I'm not, this is pre-debate. By the way, who wants to hear what that 10-cent head has to say about anything? So I have no debate-related questions for him. And by the way, I know exactly what Newsom's talking points are going to be vis-a-vis the debate. I have no interest in whatever he says. So I'm just sitting there, and it's like everything's happening in slow motion. And I realize he doesn't know I'm on the panel.
Right.
Because I gleaned that News Nation didn't tell anyone anything about anything ever. So far, I didn't know anything about what was going on. So, and I'm sure News Nation said to Newsom, you want to come on and talk to the friendly Chris Cuomo about your shit who's on the same side of the aisle as you and is going to throw some softballs to you.
Right.
And he said, fine, we'll do it. And I realized, I have to do this. And I guess we can roll the clip now, but I couldn't. I had about 90 seconds to come up with something.
My God, he's handsome.
It's good looking.
Adam Carolla here. Governor, why did you shut the beaches in California during COVID?
Great question.
Yeah, I think we all were working on information at the time. We had no basis of deeply understanding the virus. I think they did the same thing.
So you didn't know anything,
so
why'd you shut the beaches?
States like Florida.
If you didn't know anything, why'd you shut the beaches?
Well, we didn't know. Yeah, because people were concerned early in the pandemic. Information was coming out as it relates to how it was transferred, the disease, and people were cautious, trying to keep people alive. And I should say this, Adam,
you didn't
should
let
know
them
this
go in
on
the
health, wealth, and
sunshine and get
education.
vitamin
California
D
outperformed.
and exercise, so you shut the beaches. Okay. And you arrested a guy who was paddleboarding in the bay.
On health, wealth, and
yeah, any
it's always
science
good to
behind
see
that?
Adam. And,
Any science
we're all
behind
geniuses
shutting
in
outdoor
hindsight.
dining? Why'd you
We're all
shut down outdoor dining? Go ahead, go. Science.
It's good to see Adam.
Based on science,
look,
you didn't
at the end
have.
of the day, the debate tonight.
It's not a debate. You shut
I'm
down
looking
outdoor
forward to the
dining.
debate,
You canceled
compare and
businesses.
contrast
Had
tonight.
nothing to do with science.
All right, let him finish.
People,
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
All this happened with members of the Trump administration providing counsel and providing recommendations to states like mine, very much part of that Trump record as well.
Yeah, like he listened to fucking Trump about anything. He
Right.
rejected all things Trump. So what? And DeSantis, who opened the beaches, he was ignoring Trump or he was agreeing with Trump. He's such a fucking slime bot. But
I read in the LA Times early during COVID that, and this is obviously very wrong, but every time a wave breaks, it's like 100,000 people sneezing on you.
It's like a million Chinese people sneezing
on you, which is obviously completely false. But I'm like, I am reading this in the fucking LA Times.
Yes.
You got to be fucking kidding me. And then, of course, they did open the beaches. I don't know how long the beaches were closed, like maybe a couple months, maybe like 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
I don't know how. Yeah, wow.
As soon as they opened them, we were there every single day. And the weather, like, another one of the great takeaways of COVID for me. So many pros. The only con is that our buddy's dads died. But anyway, all the pros were I would see my neighbors and friends at the beach every fucking day because the weather was killer during fucking COVID. I live down in the South Bay, Redondo Beach.
Why was the weather killer during COVID?
Dude, it was just sunny and nice where I lived, like literally every single day.
But that's not have to do with COVID, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
So we went to the beach I saw my neighbors every single day. I saw all the sweet mom steak that I love at the beach wearing little to nothing every single day. My kid became a better surfer. All great takeaways from COVID. Pro after pro after pro. And honestly, Andy Ruther's dad probably should have died. You know what I'm saying?
How old was he?
He was like an old, I don't know if he's an old
70s.
fat guy or something.
Yeah, he may have done some bad things in the past.
Exactly.
I don't know how karma works.
It was the great thinner of America's fattest people.
The herd,
Yeah.
The herd needed a little thinning.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was going to happen anyway. You know, Wendy's was going to kill these people anyway, or McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. And so the bat that the Chinese guy fucked to start COVID was a hero, if you think about it.
Batman.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a vigilante.
Chinese Batman.
So that then had a little viral,
Incredible, dude. I love that you
legs to
challenged
it.
him before. And I guarantee you, Gavin Newsom did not go on News Nation post-debate.
No, he did not show up post-debate.
Yeah.
Now,
What was Stephen A's question for him?
Stephen A. uses as many words as possible to go the shortest distance conversationally.
Governor Newsom, my brother. What do you think about the New York Knickerbocker trade this season? My brother, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, I don't know. We could probably find it. A lot of, nothing.
Byron's so glad I asked that question.
I know. Stephen A. went right in front of me, asked him something. Here's the whole point.
Bronny James to the Lakers.
Why did you close Rockaway Beach during COVID, Gavin Newsom?
There was a whole, there's a world where you just talk in circles and then they answer in circles.
Right.
And then you go, you say something that's not really a question, and then they answer in some pablum, and then we're off and running, and people seem satisfied by it. But it's unsatisfying.
The nuttiest
to me.
shit about shutting the beaches down was they opened them back, okay? But then they just shut them down for the 4th of July only.
Yeah.
That was, they literally opened for business on July 3rd and 5th, but America's birthday, nah, you're fucked.
Everything they did was bullshit.
So stupid.
It was all bullshit. The masks were bullshit. The social distancing was bullshit. The shutting of outdoor spaces, it was all lie. It was all bullshit. And it's either stupid or liar. That's it.
Sure.
You're either lying or you're fucking stupid. And my answer, but it's what I said to Newsom, is what I've been saying to everyone all the time. Look, we didn't know anything at the time. Then don't fucking do anything.
Right.
Then
just
shut up.
Maybe just pause still
Just
and
pause.
do nothing.
Then
and
if you
see
don't
what
know,
happens.
will we shut down outdoor dining? Based on what? Nothing. Oh, we didn't know anything. Okay.
I personally think Gavin Newsom would be an incredible president because maybe some of the homeless in California would go to the 49 other states. Because
Yes.
every homeless person
They're all
has
here.
ended up here in Gavin Newsom's state. So maybe if Gavin Newsom runs the country, homeless people will go
That's
to
a good-
49 other states.
That's, you know what?
An urban camp there. Urban camping is huge in Los Angeles.
That is a thing, and you put a little ray of sunshine into him possibly
There you
taking
go.
over.
I
the
think
free
Joe
nation.
Biden doesn't drop out. I think he drops dead. I think he wins, and then Kamala Auntie is president, and finally we have a U.S. president with big brown tits. She's half black and half Indian and all hot, and I'm all for it.
Obama's tits were like bees
I
at
have
best.
never jerked off to a president, but I will jerk off daily to Her Majesty, to her Madam President. I will jerk off to Madam President. I think Kamala Harris is hot.
I think she's hot too.
Yeah, I think her. I think obviously Trump's
And I have
daughter is
standards.
hot. Get the fuck out of here. I think Trump's daughter is hot. I think Sarah Palin is hot. Like I want a orgy with all of the hot. Of course, AOC is maybe the hottest.
She's at the top.
So hot.
And not only that, but there's an extra thing, and I don't know if you have this, Chris, but
Yeah, I might.
AOC is not only hot,
So hot.
but would be so repulsed at the notion of having sex with me that it would get even hotter.
Totally. And she
Yeah.
wouldn't join my across the aisle fuck party where
No.
I'm inviting Sarah Palin, Trump's daughter, Madam President Kamala Auntie, and AOC. So it's like,
She
look,
wouldn't join that party.
no, she wouldn't.
Let me ask you guys, switching gears from politics, and I got some more to play for you, but you guys tell me, I have a moral dilemma. Are you
Okay.
ready for the moral dilemma? Back to Mike August.
One of the real pieces of shit.
Mike
You should take Praino with
walks in the wrong direction with purpose. Now, you can take that as a metaphor
you. So you follow
and literally.
You end up following
He
him.
storms out of places and starts walking like
The wrong way.
We tried to get from an Italian food restaurant back to Harrah's the other day. He walked out, made a left, made a second left on a side street, and just started. He leads. He walks in front and he leans. And I go, Mike, I don't think this is the way back to Harrah's. And he yells, all roads lead to Harrah's. And he storms ahead. I go, but not. We're going down the wrong street, Mike. So he has this thing, and I've told it many times. He pulls his phone out,
Right.
and he does this phone direction thing. And he follows it. He walks.
So Uber driver. Same thing with the Uber
Yeah, he
driver.
just walks and he looks at it, but he goes the wrong direction all the time looking
Idiot.
at his phone. Now, what he won't do is he doesn't do directions on the phone app. He
Right.
does the ping. We're going to Joe's Pizza over here, and we're over here. Here we go. And he starts walking. And then I go, Mike, I'm not so confident in this device, because I did it through Europe with him. I've done it in the States with him. Do it all the time. At some point, I get my phone out and I put Waze into it. And then as he charges forward the wrong direction, I go, my Waze says we're turning right here. Mike goes, I got it right here. And he storms ahead. And then we go ahead about 7 blocks and then he stops and he goes, Oh, it's back the other way. And we turn around and we go right back to where I was
What
going.
you
And
said.
we're looking for a pizza. We're trying to get a slice. And we're walking through the village. Now, Mike spent a lot of time in New York, and he knows the area fairly well, but not as well as he thinks he knows it. So that's why we walked the wrong direction a lot of the way. But here's where the moral dilemma comes in.
Yeah.
I say to Mike all the time, just do the directions on the phone. He goes, no, we're here. See, and the red dot's here. That's where we're going, and it's up 7th. And I go, just do the directions, so it'll tell you, because we always go the wrong direction.
The city is a grid, for fuck's sake. It's a grid.
It gets down in the
village,
village.
yeah.
It gets a little.
Okay.
It gets a
Wonky.
little wonky, but that's
Okay.
fine. I know it. Listen. I haven't spent a ton of time there, but I think the pizza place is this way. No, we're going that way. Anyway,
Carmine between Bleecker and 6.
I know we're
Literally
going
past 25 pizza places
I
to
know
get to the
we're
pizza
going
place.
the wrong direction because Mike's storming ahead with this thing. So, okay, but here's where the moral dilemma comes. The moral dilemma comes when we're sitting out front of the pizza place eating our slice, and an elderly woman is sent, like as a test. She's just an elderly woman, and she's pretty well dressed, a tourist.
Okay.
She walks right up to us and she goes, I'm looking for Hyde Park or whatever she's looking for. She's looking for a park or something.
Washington Square
and
Park.
she goes, do you know how to get to Washington Square Park?
no.
Mike jumps in. Mike goes,
no.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you where to go. Go right
All
up here.
roads lead
Make a
to
left.
Hyde Park.
Then he gets his phone out. And he goes, see, we're here. We're here. And this Hyde Park's right up here. So just go up here. And I'm sitting there. She's an elderly woman. It's a hot day. She's
gonna
not
die.
wearing walking shoes, and I'm like, or you could ask somebody else, and Mike's got the phone out and he's pointing at it. And he's going, right, this is us right here. He just did that to me for 45 minutes and we're going the wrong direction,
He's
right?
not from here. He's not from here.
He's going,
He
just
doesn't
go,
live here.
just go. And she's like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And I, like a coward, I just stare at the floor ground, just sit there staring at the floor. And he's waving the phone and pointing at the map on the phone. And she's going, you're so nice. Thank you very much. And takes off. I do not know if she left in the right or the wrong direction. All I know is Mike's phone's batting average is fucking horrific.
Oh, yeah.
And he just told this old lady, probably about 150 steps left in her.
Tops.
Could have been heading the wrong direction. We don't know.
She never made it to Hyde Park.
We'll never know.
Adam, I have a picture of you. Byron can pull it up of when that woman walked off in the wrong direction.
You were looking at her ass as she walked away from you.
When you were on Kill Me this weekend, this is the first second you appeared on air. When they cut to you, this is
I
your
know. I
face.
saw that. I saw
Amazing.
that.
What were you looking at that they...
I was sitting there.
Was there a bug?
I wasn't reacting to anything. I was sitting doing Kilmeade, and Kilmeade was talking, and I felt my eyes were like kind of getting stuck, like they were
Right, yeah,
watery
you gotta-
or
you
something.
gotta open
And
up
I
a little.
did I'm
Yeah.
going to open.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to stretch my face out. I did I literally went, I'm stretching my eyes
Right when they cut
out.
to you.
Right the second they cut to me,
So
I
you-
saw it on the monitor.
So you didn't see a ghost.
But Kilmeade was still talking, and he went, and I just did a stretch, and I saw it on the monitor. Like, oh, that's the first
I feel
thing
like
they
this
just
is
saw.
this is an Adam Carolla meme waiting to happen.
Yes.
This is when Mike August says he'll have the steak.
That's right.
This is
Adam,
That's right.
are you fleeing Democrat-run California? Are you an A-list celebrity who is fleeing
Oh, I
Democrat-run
wouldn't have let him
California?
put A-list on there. Fleeing is a strong term as well, but yes, that shall happen.
this is Adam reacting to him being called an A-list celebrity.
yeah, that's me. That's my reaction.
My goal is to be an A-list celebrity and then one day flee California for even bluer
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Well,
That's even more liberal than California.
Fox News will bump you up to A-list if you flee.
Okay.
If you
okay.
stay-
If you move to Texas.
If you go to a Biden rally, Fox will call you a C-lister
Right, yeah.
who's just paying to get in the good graces of Biden. But if you flee, you'll get bumped up to A-list.
D-lister Tom Cruise at
That's
a
right.
Biden rally.
That's right. Tom Hanks is D-list in their eyes. He's always like narrating everything the Democrats want him to narrate.
Yeah, well, we will. I will get into the debate. I will also get into the gay. God. We had to get out of...
Did you just say get into the gay god?
Get into the gay god. We had to get out of Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
We had to get all the way through. We had to get from like the Chelsea Pier all the way to JFK. We had to cut all the way through the city.
And catching a cab was never an option.
On a Sunday, on the last day of gay pride, and every piece of humanity in Daisy Dukes was pushed out onto the streets. They closed half the avenues, and we had to fucking make our way all the way across this island in a sea of homosexuality.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, God, it was so fucking annoying.
I've been to Pride in West Hollywood, which is super gay, obviously.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine Pride in New York City. You
It's
know what
the
I mean?
entire island became Fire Island.
Fire Island. Manhattan becomes fire.
And it was the last day, and it was 80 degrees outside, and we took off at like 1:15 in the afternoon, and the entire place was just packed with
Did you end up on a float?
That has happened, but that was in New Orleans.
Okay.
All right. I got that to share with you. I got some clips.
Let's go, clips.
And we'll do that. Yeah, clips right after this. Tommy John. Well, here's a simple life hack. Upgrade with Tommy John. Guess who's wearing his right now? With Tommy John, you're so much more comfortable. You'll do everything better. Second Skin underwear has dozens of comfort innovations, like a supportive contour pouch and horizontal quick draw fly, plus breathable, lightweight, moisture wicking fabric with 4 times more stretch than competing brands. Over 20 million pairs sold, thousands of 5-star reviews. Tommy John, they don't have customers, they have fanatics. I know because I'm one of them. And like I said, once you get into your Tommy Johns, you don't get out of them. I haven't had the heart to throw away my other underwear. I just sift through it until I find the Tommy John in the drawer, and pow, I'm on my way. Best pair you'll ever wear. It's free, guarantee, right, Dawson?
Get 20% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/Adam. Save 20% on Second Skin at TommyJohn.com/Adam. TommyJohn.com/Adam. See site for details. It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Hey, Adam. I was just watching a Domino's Pizza commercial, and at the bottom of the screen, it says in the fine print, in all caps, California prices higher. Get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
All right, Chris Wylde is in studio. ClipCast is the name of the podcast, wherever you find finer podcasts. Okay, so then, getting back to
Pride Parade in New York City.
I'll go chronologically. I'll go to the debate.
So Pride.
It's funny. So O'Reilly showed up at my show at Governor's too, which is funny.
So debate is before Pride.
That's right.
Okay, I'm back.
And sometimes the fall comes before.
Absolutely.
The pride as well.
And the calm comes before the storm.
That's right. So I was now here's what's going on. Biden went out there and he shit the bed. Fine.
I thought the best part was when he said we beat Medicare, and then he couldn't find the clicker, and he was looking around the stage.
Right.
Where did you put the clicker, Jill?
Right.
That was more Reagan, but anyway.
Yeah, I mean look. The debate in a nutshell is they went to Trump for a response, and Trump said, I don't know what he said, and I don't think he does either.
Yeah, that was his best line of the night.
That's the entire, you could take the 90 minutes, distill it down to
that might be his
20.
best line of all time, honestly.
Well, it's the best line of all time because it's not a line.
I know.
It's just what is.
He
you know
worked
what
the
I
room.
mean?
He was doing crowd work.
And it's what everyone was thinking. It was literally 15 seconds, but you don't have to watch 90 minutes of the debate. You just watch that response,
right.
And now that's what it was. So Biden is severely compromised. He has been compromised, and the left did a cheap fake on themselves. Now, again, you have to go stupid or liar. Is CNN stupid or are they lying? I'm assuming they're lying because they were running interference for Biden for the last year when he is compromised. I've played it. I mean, remember?
Did they not
Byron,
say immediately
hold on,
after?
Hold on, Byron.
Okay.
Didn't we play that clip of him?
Let's go, clips.
Of him making that sound. What's a clip of Biden making the sound that we put on repeat 2 weeks ago? Find that clip. He's compromised.
Sure,
okay,
of course.
Now, I know it, and everyone who watches Fox knows it, and everyone who gets their information anywhere other than Fox is not going to know it. They just watch Morning Joe, and they watch CNN, and they and they watch The View, and they have no fucking idea. Now, those people are compromised, or they're lying, or they're running interference for, or they believe it so much that that the truth has been pushed out and some alternative facts have entered in. But even guys like Bill Maher, who are lucid, and smart, and kind of his job to gather information and to see
Tell it
things.
like it is.
He was compromised too. I will play you. Bill does his show on a Friday, right? He did a show on a Friday before the debate.
Oh, come on. He didn't do a show after the debate? That sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want Bill Maher to tell you 24 hours after the debate what he thought. Oh, okay, here we go.
He does a show on a Friday.
Right, and there was a Friday before a debate and
there
a Friday
happened to be a Friday before the debate. So, yes.
Fair enough.
Another Friday shall come down the pike. Almost 7 days away.
That's not one of his new rules? No more Fridays.
He did a show before the debate.
Right.
On a Friday.
Yes, sir.
That's the day he does his show.
6 days before the debate.
That is correct. Then he did a second show.
24 hours after the debate.
On what day?
Friday.
There you go.
Boom.
Pattern
No spin zone.
set.
No spin zone.
Here's Bill Maher
Before
explaining cheap fakes. Cheap fake is a term that the White House made up. Bill Maher, CNN, MSNBC, and the ladies from View all ran with. Very dutiful.
Why gotta be White House?
Very dutiful. They did what the White House told them to do.
Why gotta be White House?
They gave a term for a video that was not edited.
A cheap fake.
To make it seem like it was something else, even though it was not edited.
Okay.
And it was bizarre. I was on the show 2 weeks ago with Eric Griffin, and I was playing him a tape of Fauci basically explaining that people all had to get vaccinated or they're going to shame them and fuck them up.
Right.
And he was going, well, that's just a clip. Could have been out of context. And I said, well, let's go, clips. He said, Eric Griffin goes, no, that's... but it's just a clip. Could be out of context. I said, well, the interview's an hour long. They're not allowed to, they're not going to play an hour, but they'll play the clip where he was saying that.
Right.
And then he referenced a clip from Bobby Kennedy Jr. that was doctored by CNN. You remember this? And I go, yes, that was one that was doctored. And then he kept saying to me, yeah, but we don't know, the Fauci one is out of, and I go, no, it's Fauci answering a question. And then they stopped. It was a weird argument.
The weird thing about the Joe Biden cheap fake argument is like, you can take things out of context
for
and
anybody.
Say, that's a cheap fake. It's out of context. But Joe Biden's bumbling. Like, what context is there for when you can't get thoughts formed?
He's standing at a Juneteenth celebration, frozen like an alabaster statue with a 1,000-yard stare.
Sure.
Looking like he's seized in the headlights of life while everyone else is rocking and rolling next to him. Now, you can say cheap fake, or you can say it's video of him looking frozen and compromised. But either way, it's not doctored. It just is.
It goes back to sports and Stephen A. Smith. Father Time is undefeated.
That's right.
Father Time is undefeated. Joe Biden is old as fuck.
Yes, and he looks compromised. That's all.
Well, also, they say that
we have my clip, Dawson, somewhere of him.
Bill Maher.
That I played 2 weeks ago. Not the Bill Maher one. Although he tapes on Fridays. We have the one we made, Dawson, yes?
Yeah, the black guy doing sign language.
That's not the one we made.
Incredible.
Do we not?
That is the one we made?
Oh, this is the one we made? All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Closing doors of opportunity. Attacking the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you can believe it, banning books about black experiences. Black experiences. Black experiences. Black experiences.
Okay. All right, sorry. I made this tape 2 weeks ago to explain to everyone he's compromised. There's something wrong.
Sure.
It's not firing. But I don't know. Is that a deep fake or a cheap fake? Like, what do we do to the video? So then, anyway, here's Bill Maher, who's smart and well-informed and everything, but he hates Trump.
Right.
So he's going to explain to us 6 days before the debate what a cheap fake is. Here he is.
I hope he does it smarmily.
Everything is smarmalade for him. If he had a favorite jam,
smarmalade.
Smarmalade.
Roll the video and we'll look at this and you can tell me what you think afterwards. Okay, here's the first one. It's D-Day. There he is. He goes to sit down. I used to do this in church. Is everybody sitting? Oh, no. And then, so they said he was pooping his pants. He may be number 2 in the polls, but he wasn't pooping his pants. Okay. Then there was at the Juneteenth thing, everybody's dancing and he's not. Good. He shouldn't be dancing. He's 82. You look like an idiot when you try to dance.
Yeah. That's right.
Then he was on a fundraiser. Okay, so he was basking in a little bit of the applause at the end. You know, he's a politician. He's Scranton Joe. That's what he does. He was waiting a little too long, and Obama was like, oh, you know what they're going to say? So he he wasn't leading him off. And then he's at the G7 summit in Italy, and there were paratroopers who were landing all around them. Now, look at this. They just show him there. Looks like he's wandering off like
a
mental patient. But he was actually going to talk to one of the paratroopers who was there. Okay, the guy actually didn't talk to him, but that's what he was doing. The Democrats have to find a way to communicate, I think, that this guy is mentally there.
Oops.
That's 6 days.
Oops.
All right. What's Bill Maher doing?
Well, that
is he lying?
In Bill Maher's defense, which I've never done before, I've never defended Bill Maher. But that was 6 days before the debate. There's no way Bill Maher makes that argument after the debate. No one can. The guy.
No, I know. Why doesn't Bill Maher know what's going on? What I'm saying. Why doesn't he know what's going on? He's the most informed guy on the planet. Why doesn't he know?
But now he does, I would imagine.
Okay, but now he does.
Yeah.
We didn't know about 9/11, and then
now he knows.
The towers are down, and now we know.
Well,
okay,
now we all know
Problem
about 9/11.
solved. I'm going to go back to my question. I understand he knows now.
We didn't know about 9/11, 9/10.
Why didn't Bill Maher know?
9/12.
Why didn't Bill Maher know?
Because he obviously drinks the Kool-Aid, right?
Yes, he doesn't get his information from anywhere except for left-wing sources. That's it.
I watched MSNBC's debate coverage post, and they all said unanimously, he shit the bed, he should drop out.
Why didn't they know who they were dealing with?
Well, I think Trump did something very genius when he accused Biden of taking cocaine before his rallies. Mm-hmm. So then the Democrats counter and go, yeah, we can't give him the cocaine on the debate.
Yeah.
So whatever the juice is that makes him normal,
huff the Adderall.
He didn't put the paper bag and the spray paint.
Right.
He didn't huff. And I think they were like, oh shit, we should have had him huff because he sucked, right? So but you see him at a rally the next day, and he's not doddering around looking for the remote and his liver pills like he was in the debate on Thursday night. So now the cat is out of the bag.
Yes, they should have never had the debate.
And if I was Trump, I would not debate again. I'd be like, you saw it. I don't want to debate a defenseless old man. He could take the high road and go, I don't want to debate again. You saw what I saw. This guy's not fit for office or fit for another debate.
Well, Trump will just say his favorite saying, which is brevity's the soul of wit.
That's
his favorite saying.
That's what he's known for.
That's what he's known for.
He has it embroidered on gold
it's
pillows.
It's on a pillow.
Brevity, soul of wit. Okay, moving on. People are telling me brevity is wit soul. Okay.
So now we have Bill Maher 1 week later. So I'm like,
Bill Maher looks like a llama.
Let's see how
Bill
it's
Maher
true.
looks like a llama or an alpaca.
You look like a llama if a llama was a cop. All right, now this is Bill Maher starting his
Lieutenant Llama.
Lieutenant Llama. I'm coming to Fox. All right, this is Bill Maher just at the top of his show. This is after a year of Bill Maher going, I don't get why people don't know why Biden isn't sharp. How come they don't know? Why don't we people tell him? Tell him he's sharp.
Adam, let me ask you a question before you show this clip. Let's go, clips. Mm-hmm. What day was it when Bill Maher taped his show?
Friday.
Boom.
Boom. All right, this is right out.
Not compromised.
Here's
Adam
the
Carolla,
monologue.
not compromised.
No spin zone.
Wow. Huh? Huh? Did you see the debate? In case you missed it, don't worry, so did one of the contestants. I mean, wow. I mean, Trump told lie after lie after lie. He never would have gotten away with that if Joe Biden was there. Oh, wow. Oh, Joe. Come on, man. Joe. You know, Joe, he famously loves trains, but apparently not of thought. I mean...
Hold on. All you fucking seals in there clapping your flippers together, you were the same ones who were clapping when he was talking about him not being compromised.
Right.
7 days ago, you fucking idiots. People, what the fuck? They did the exact same thing with this shit as they did with COVID. They go, hey, I never said it didn't come from a lab. I said maybe. No, it was 3 years of you shouting at everyone that you were racist if you suggested it came from a lab or suggested a mask didn't work or suggested ivermectin wasn't horse-based. 3 years of that. Now it's like, oh, hey, what happened? Fuck off.
Fuck off.
You lied the entire fucking time. Or there's something. You've lost your credibility, is what I'm saying. And I like Bill Maher, but you have to address the part where you're wrong in the monologue.
But that's the thing, Adam, is that I have come to this point in my life where I admit when I'm wrong, and it is very
same thing.
rare.
I admit when you're wrong all fucking day.
You pointed out
Wait
to
till
me
the
when
show
I'm
ends.
wrong.
I'm going to tell Joe for an hour.
Man, he was wrong. He was wrong. But like people don't, especially older people, don't admit when they're wrong.
But you cannot.
Bill Maher was wrong.
Listen, I can't. You guys, you like sports and clips, right?
Let's go, clips.
Okay. I can't take to a microphone for 1 year and explain while the Carolina Panthers are going to win the Super Bowl for like a year and yell at people who disagree and yell at people who say, I like the Chiefs, the chances of three-peating, and I'd fucking call them idiots and try to get them fired from their jobs. And then when the Panthers go 2-15, I just go back, I go, hey, how about them Chiefs there? I have to say something.
I was wrong.
I have to go,
I was
wrong.
know,
remember there's 3,000 hours of me. I mean, I confronted Chris Cuomo on this too. It's like CNN, all you guys did was lie all the way through COVID. It's like, well, we may have had a few. There's thousands of digital hours of you looking into a camera and lying about everything. Isn't that? Shall we address this? Or are we just going right on
Let me
to
ask
the
you
next
this.
thing?
If they would say, we were wrong, would that make it better for you?
Yes, but I'll tell you why.
I disagree.
I disagree. All right. I disagree with me. No. You guys, would you like to know why they don't course correct or say anything?
Sure.
Yeah.
There is a dynamic. Here is the dynamic.
Show us the dynamic.
I am telling all of you this. Please
listen
listen.
for the dynamic. Here comes the dynamic, you stupid listener.
Hogan! General Burkhalter!
They have tunnels underneath the camp.
Okay, listen to me. Here's what's going on. You can believe me or you can be wrong.
The dynamic?
The dynamic.
Yes,
You can
the dynamic.
fucking believe me or you can be wrong.
Okay.
When you are incorrect about something, you are happy. Shouldn't say happy. You are okay with the process of correction. You are okay with being corrected and having it fixed. Not if you're Mike August, but other than that, Dr. Drew will go all the time like, oh, I misspoke about that. I was wrong
He'll
about
admit
that.
that
or
he was
whatever.
wrong, which is a rare
All the time.
quality.
If you're wrong, but if you're lying,
Oh, you want to admit you were
don't.
wrong.
You don't, because when you admit you're wrong, when you were lying, you admit to lying in your head.
Just like Trump with the 2020 election.
They were lying. They were lying.
Sure.
So
And they
let's-
lied the whole fucking time about COVID, and they lied the whole time about Biden's condition.
Sure.
If you're not lying, and you just get it wrong.
Right.
I mean,
You
it's
admit
like
you were wrong,
literally
and you
just
move on.
like you know, going like, oh no, Giuseppe's Pizza's in Encino, and you
It's
go, I think
almost-
it's in Sherman Oaks. You go, I swear it's in Encino, and then you find out it's in Sherman Oaks. You go, I guess I was wrong. But if
It's
you're
a
lying,
lot like
if you're
Trump
lying,
in the 2020 election results.
if you lie, you stick with your lie, and you don't admit you're wrong.
Right. They all lie. They're
Because
all
you're lying,
liars.
you're admitting you're a liar.
That's the
what they
dynamic.
don't. In their head, they're admitting they're liars. Now we wouldn't know it.
Right.
They could just go got it wrong, but they know they're lying.
Can I play? I'm just asking for the Bill Maher thing. Like, what I don't understand about people saying that, again, the cheap fakes is the clips he showed before were him sort of like,
let's go clips,
wandering around, not looking at things, but as opposed to when he seems so very compromised is when he's talking and he loses his train of thought and everything that happened in the debate. Do you give Bill Maher any pass for only showing these physical clips and then saying this doesn't prove that he's troubled mentally, but maybe this in the debate does?
Yeah, it doesn't. Well,
the liars
well,
are
I'd like to look.
You're saying he's showing that because he's lying.
No, he so loathes Trump and wants him to not
lose.
be the president so badly that it colors every facet of his thinking, his thoughts, his monologues, and his conversations.
I hate Trump, and I don't want Trump to be president, but Joe Biden's borderline brain dead at this point. It's
I
just like
don't
that's what's
give a fuck who president is. And I'll tell you this, when Trump was president, I paid next to nothing in taxes. When Biden was president, I just, there was inflation. It was bad. But like, none of these guys really affect my day to day. And I think the vast majority of the fucking sheep that live on planet Earth and can barely qualify to be fucking Uber drivers, it just doesn't impact them who the old doddering white guy is in the White House. It doesn't fucking matter.
Till the dirty bomb goes off in L.A. because the fucking border's wide open.
Possibly.
All right.
Trump also almost started a nuclear war on Twitter. Like, that was real. He almost started a nuclear holocaust on Twitter. Now, Biden doesn't know how to operate his phone. He doesn't know where he left his phone to go try to start a nuclear war on Twitter. He doesn't understand
first
Twitter.
off, he doesn't have a cell phone. He has a jitterbug. It's one of those phones with the oversized buttons. I see him advertised on Fox. Grandpa played that position in baseball.
Joe Biden has a landline, is what you're saying.
He has a landline.
No, I think in
he
that
has to go
first
to the
clip,
kitchen to use the phone. It's on the wall in the kitchen.
You could see in that clip where Joe Biden's like trying to sit down, he's clearly eagle-eyeing his second wife's massive tits. It's not that he's struggling to sit down. That's his second wife with those nice titties.
The sit-down one was neither here nor there. It's the one where he looked really bad was Juneteenth, where he was frozen.
Yeah.
He was frozen up,
Who doesn't dance when you're around a room filled with dancing black people? How do you not feel that and get into the rhythms? Are you a robot, for God's sake?
Well, look, he's having issues. He's had issues. He's going to have issues, and he shall have more issues because that's how these things work. But do we have me on overtime with the Bill Maher from a year and a half ago?
Here we go. The plot thickens, as does my erection. Luckily, it's an audio-only format, but I have a huge boner right now.
Yeah. I think we have that clip somewhere.
There we go.
Let's go clips.
When is this from?
This is from 2 years ago. This is the most recent overtime with Adam Carolla.
Is it 2 years? Oh, is it 2 years?
2022.
May 22nd.
All right. So 2 years. All right.
Deuces are wild. May 22nd, 2022.
I don't want to be on the list.
Oh, well,
but
he's
not going to be worried about running. He's going to be worried about walking.
Talking about Biden?
Yeah.
That's ageist.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
It's ageist, but you're allowed to be ageist if the guy's the pilot of an airplane that you're in, right?
Okay, but I feel like that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Lots of people have it in their interest that he is going to act senile, and I mean, everybody who is on camera that much.
All right. The point is 2 years ago, I said he's not running. He can't walk.
Right.
He can't walk. now literally is having trouble
Right.
walking.
We saw it.
And Bill Maher was not clued into that at all. But I was. And all I'm saying is whether it's COVID or this, next time something comes down the pike, how about you listen to the Ace Man?
Yeah.
How
AC
about
for the
How
W.
about I'm not just some fucking nut job who's taking to Twitter and is spouting out insanities?
No,
how
you're
about
just-
how
you're-
about the guy how about this guy
Knows what he's talking about.
maybe knows something.
A little bit.
Maybe knows things.
You were
Possibly.
watching what happens to you in real time and making a comment about it. Here's a doddering
That's
old man
right.
who can't walk.
He should have a show, Real Time with Adam Carolla.
No, I like the Adam Carolla
You know what
show.
day we filmed that clip?
Friday.
That's right.
Did you go to the farmer's market after? It's right there, the Grove. It's just CBS Television City. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. They got a secret little access point into the farmer's market. It's so
I didn't, but I get the reference. Now,
Third and Fairfax.
I was picking up a door and jams.
Like you do.
Out in Van Nuys, and picking up a timely jam frame, which is commercial style.
Oh, I thought you were going back to the Smarmalade.
Not back
My
to the
favorite
Smarmalade.
jam and jelly.
No, this is a door jam with a B at the end, and
Is that how you spell door jam? With JAMB?
yep.
I'm not good with my hands, Adam.
And a solid core 1 3/4 30-inch door that's been mortised and bored as
my
well.
God, you're so
or not.
masculine.
Yeah.
My lord was a carpenter.
And 3 4-inch hinges. 4-inch are exterior, 3.5 are interior hinges.
Nice. My dick is bigger than those hinges. No big deal.
Yeah, but not when I open it up.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, you could go long ways, but if I laid it flat
Open
and
up the
opened it
hinge?
up,
Yeah.
now we're at 8, bro.
Only one way to find out.
No, actually, you're right. It's 4 inches tall and like 1.5 inches wide. It'd go 3 if I opened up. But anyway, let's not get into the weeds. But I walked into the place in Van Nuys. I used to live out in the Deep Valley.
Right.
It's been a long time. It's always depressing out there. And I walked in to collect my door, and the chick behind the counter was like, "Stick it to Newsom." Like she saw the vid.
Excellent.
Hometown hero. Loaded up the car. Started heading down Oxnard Street, and then realized as I was heading toward the freeway to come here that I was passing by one of the houses I grew up in.
Killer.
In the San Fernando Valley. And it's on a street that time forgot. I've talked about this crazy shack that I grew up in.
What age were you when you lived there, ish?
I was probably age 10 or 11
Okay.
to maybe 14, 15.
Middle school, ish.
Yeah, a little before that, but yeah.
Late elementary, into middle school.
Yeah, I think I was there about 4 years.
Okay.
And it was literally
Your puberty years.
my formative pube years.
Yeah, a lot of was changing with your body during those years in your house.
Yeah.
In this 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 656 square foot
Hard
house.
to masturbate in that house without being found out.
Oh, they're.
Am I wrong?
It does have a 6,000 foot lot. So
Don't
maybe
come in here. The door's locked.
Yeah. Why is that hedge moving?
I have all the specs on your
All right,
house here.
so
we have a
how
picture
many-
of it.
I went by and I just
There
physically
you go.
looked at it.
Chris's Prius is parked outside.
I drive electric. Prius isn't woke enough.
All right. Is this house,
I don't use a turn signal. I use a virtue signal.
first off, is there a worse house in the San Fernando Valley?
Yikes.
Is there a worse house?
I haven't seen one.
Dude, where is the house? I just see like a gross yard.
It's right in the middle of North Hollywood.
Why do they need a gate? Who are they keeping out of that
I
shit
think
shack?
they're keeping people in.
There it is.
It was a dirt driveway.
Is Christina Ricci chained to a radiator inside?
We didn't have a radiator.
What do you say, radiator or radiator, Joe Praino?
So
in.
it's 650 square feet.
656 square feet.
Bigger than my dick, for the record.
1 bedroom, 1 bath.
One
First
bedroom,
off,
1 bath.
Who builds a freestanding home well under 1,000 square feet?
Adam,
Like,
how many
think about
people
that.
lived in that house with 1 bedroom and 1 bath?
3 or 4.
So you, your mom.
No, they were divorced.
Okay,
but,
you and your dad.
Me, my dad, and my sister. And
Sister.
then but occasionally my dad's girlfriend spent the night. And then my sister and her boyfriend lived in like some shack in the back.
Wow. Did you guys have bunk beds, I'm guessing?
No, because there was one bedroom, which was miniature, which was where my dad stayed.
The master
and then
bedroom.
I stayed in the loft. Master bedroom. It's 650 square foot house.
So your dad's in the master.
My dad's in the master, luxuriated.
Yeah, and you're masturbating in the loft.
I'm in the loft where all the heat went.
Of course,
and there's no air conditioning.
Oh, it's the worst.
And there's no swamp cooler, and there's no nothing.
You and
I'm
your
just
sister. Is
in
you
the-
and your sister up there or just you?
My sister like slept on the sofa or something.
Smart, because it was cooler down there.
Yeah, and my dad paid $14,000 for that house.
Incredible.
When I was like 11.
Let's be honest, he overpaid. Like, look at that. Look at that hole.
Well, the HOA itself was $1,500 a month. It's a dirt driveway with like a dirt. The street was dirt. Like
Right.
I was like,
It's still dirt.
It's not
amazing.
even. I've never seen anything that's not of this time era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like not of the modern era. And it's in the middle of North Hollywood, which is weird. We're not like deep, Bakersfield, outskirts of town or whatever.
Right.
And so what did it sell for last then?
In 1978, it sold for $48,500.
Was that your dad selling it?
Yeah.
So you made a profit.
So my dad bought it for like
$16K.
I think it was like 13 or 14 or something. And like,
With closing costs.
1974 or something, sat on it for 4 years. The market turned around.
Right.
And he sold it for 44. You know what a medium-sized car costs?
Make it rain. Make it rain on the old man.
You know what it would cost? The Zestimate on Zillow.
What? Now this is going to be
$1 million. 800,000.
Hold on. This is what's going to blow people's fucking minds who live out of this state.
750,000.
Is there a more dilapidated home that's freestanding, not in Mexico or in, Hamas-controlled territory, but just like in modern times in the San Francisco?
There's an Airstream trailer next to it that looks significantly nicer.
Is
than
there
the house
a
itself.
better? Is there a shittier house in all of the San Fernando
Chris is
Valley?
making a cash offer.
I got over $60. One,
Wow.
2, 3, 4, 60. I have $65 cash. I'll pay for that house
What is
right
the
now.
Zestimate?
The
65.
Zestimate, $653,600.
I nailed it. I said 650. I said 650.
You
Go
said
back to the
1
tape.
million, then you said 8.
I just kept going down, unlike when you height predict
You
Stephen A.
stopped at
Adams or whatever his name is. I'm 6'2", my brother, and in heels I'm 6'3".
$650,000. I don't know what you would do with it. You'd
Let's
have to
chip in and
bulldoze
buy it. Let's chip in and buy it. It's time you and I live together in that loft, Adam.
One bedroom,
I wouldn't
one
change
bath.
it at all. You can take the master. I'll go up in the loft.
So anyway, next time someone wants to explain to me about my white privilege,
Right.
you gotta fuck right off.
Yeah, dude.
You gotta fuck right.
That ain't white privilege, brother.
That'd
That
be
is
like, you
not
grew
white
up in a
privilege.
$650,000 house, you California, you liberal California elite, you Hollywood elite.
$50,000 mansion in North Hollywood.
You know what I could buy for $650,000 here in Memphis?
All right, so we got the news to get into.
We still haven't gotten to the Pride Parade.
Oh well, so
Did we get
what,
past
all
the
right,
debate?
what happened was me and August
Fucking Mike August, a real
were
piece
staying
of shit.
at Drew's condo.
Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew's
Great
condo.
guy.
Great guy.
Unlike Mike August. Piece of
Staying
shit.
at Drew's condo.
Fuck Mike August.
Down by the Chelsea Pier there. And
Sweet.
we're sitting up there and we're like, we got the executive American lounge.
Okay.
We got a lounge at a JFK for American Airlines that is so good, they don't have a buffet. They take orders. They
Whoa.
give you a menu and they come back with steaks and salads and
Nice.
everything else. So I go,
Bolognese for August.
yeah.
Fancy.
So we got a 3:30 flight, right? I go, well, we're going to kick the shit out of that lounge.
Hell yeah, dude.
So Mike figures if we go, look, we'll leave here at 1. We're checking ways, right? It says it's got 50 minutes on a Sunday.
Right.
You know. I goes, look, we leave here at 1:15. We'll get there at 2:10 or something like that. We'll have a good half hour in that lounge.
That's not enough time.
Listen, as I said to Mike, Mike, he said, all I need is about 15, 20 in a lounge.
Jeez.
I said, you know what, Mike? You're like a school shooter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need fucking 10 minutes for total destruction.
Absolutely.
You know
But
what
imagine
I mean?
what you
don't
could do
need
in an hour.
Mike doesn't need an hour in that lounge. You give Mike 25 minutes in the lounge, he will fucking destroy that place.
Right,
He'll
and they
take
want him out of there.
every piece of food. It'll turn into a John Panette bit.
They want him out of there.
Right. So I said, all we need is a half hour in that. I'm like, Gale Sayers. All he needed was 18 inches of daylight. That's all he needed. And that's how Mike is in a lounge.
Okay.
He needs 25 minutes in a lounge to destroy every morsel in that lounge. So I'm fine. But we got to plot out. We're at about 40 minutes in the lounge. So we jump into the Uber right at, 1:15, and he does the thing where it's like, yeah, it's 49 minutes to JFK.
Keeps
and we're like,
up.
keep going down the street. Oh, they blocked this street off. Oh, they blocked that. Oh, but it takes us 45 minutes to get through Manhattan.
Right.
To get through all the gay fucking carnage that's going on. I've never seen so many tattoos. I've never seen so many gay people. What is the allure? You know what I mean?
To being gay?
Yeah, you suck cock. Fine.
Dude,
good.
I
I'm not
gotta be honest.
arguing. What is the allure? You and millions of others who've chugged cock throughout humanity. What? Are you? It's not like you're a Navy SEAL. You're just gay.
Yeah.
That's it. It's nothing to be proud of.
Oh,
it's just something you do.
Agree to disagree. Every night before I go to bed, I pray to gay God, please, gay God, let me wake up tomorrow gay. So that I don't have to live with this fucking woman next to me.
I do feel the same way. But
and
it's
also,
never,
like,
my prayers
if you
are
and
never
I
an
were
answer.
gay, right?
Yeah.
And I would go to you and be like, huh? And you'd be like, eh. And then we would fuck. It's that simple.
That is true.
Yeah.
So you go to Pride and you go, eh? And they go, nah. And then it's a whole parade of dudes who are ready to fuck.
Well, we had to go through
Fuckboy Island.
Throngs of thongs. Sure. Is what I had to go
Schlong
through.
throng.
People, it was 85 degrees. People dressed in nothing.
Of course.
Fat lesbian chicks with tits flying everywhere, just chugging their
unshaven,
their tattooed thighs rubbing together.
Yep.
All chugging down the street. Then at some point I got back to LA and I heard there was a lot of fighting, a lot of throwing down. Yeah, a lot of throwing down, which
West
always
Hollywood
makes
Pride?
me laugh.
No, New York.
Oh, gotcha.
What?
Oh, okay.
Did you think? Wait a minute.
I thought you were saying I flew to LA and I heard in LA the Pride Parade went nuts.
Oh, no. I flew to LA
Sure,
and then
that
I
was nuts.
heard, yeah. Sorry, we'll show you a clip.
Okay, they threw down.
You got to
at
get
New
a
York
PET
Pride.
scan with Biden. Chick, by the way, how many times I told you chicks fight now all the time?
I don't think those gals are gay.
Yeah.
Those are straights. That's a straight fight.
All chicks do is fight now. It's not even dudes anymore.
It's just kind of hot down there.
I'm glad. I love it. I love when they eat their own. Fight it out, bitches.
Those were straights. They fought like straight girls.
All right, so it's bedlam. It's
Wow,
Sodom
do I
and Gomorrah
not
now.
miss New York?
Yeah. So anyway,
That one girl is
are
really throwing haymakers.
These are the people we had to get through, but of course it's going to go down this
Oh,
way.
look.
They're all fucking
They're
damaged
fucking
goods.
a street lamp. That's nice. And gay marijuana flag.
This will help the movement. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll do
Oh.
some news.
I don't want a break.
We'll do some news
Oh, fine.
in a bit.
Okay.
In a bit? In a clip.
Let's go, clips.
All right, right after this. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Oh, my favorite. Love these guys. Yep, they're in the business of keeping your car on the road. O'Reilly Auto Parts offers friendly, helpful service and parts knowledge you need to maintain and repair your car. They've got thousands of parts and accessories in stock and online as well. So they have it in the store. You can buy it online, so you'll never have to worry if you're in a jam. The team at O'Reilly Auto Parts can test your battery for free in or out of your car. Well, it's easier to do it in your car, or you can bring it in, I guess. If it needs to be replaced, they'll help you find the right battery for your vehicle. Need your windshield wipers replaced, a brake light fixed, or a quick service? They'll help you find the right part or point you to the nearest local repair shop for help as well. Whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you'll find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are knowledgeable, helpful, and best of all, friendly. Yes, nice people. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto, do-it-yourself, and you can find what you need in the store online, or you can go in yourself. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. BetterHelp. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Wow, where's the year gone? I can't believe we're halfway through the year. What about the stuff you wanted to accomplish? How much of it did you get done? Well, therapy. It can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. So we'll make the next 6, we'll make the back 9 better than the front 9. It's a golf reference. Look, if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's convenient. It's flexible. Let's face it, these days, people need therapy. Like back in the day, you didn't need a masseuse or a chiropractor. Now you have one. Well, I'd say therapist is above them on that list. You just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. It's BetterHelp, right, Dawson?
Take a moment. Visit BetterHelp.com/Carolla today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Carolla. It's time for Nicaraguan Name That Movie with Adam's buddy Oswaldo. See if you can guess which movie this famous line is from.
The one constant throw all the year, Ray Ash Bang Baseball.
If you said Field of Dreams.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball.
You're correct. Now, back to the show.
Do they make houses smaller than 650 square feet?
Standalone houses, no way.
Well, there's that one house that's 649 square feet, so that one's smaller. Yeah, that one is smaller.
That one downer?
Yeah, but other than that, no, they don't.
All right, should we do some news, Joe Praino?
Sure. In honor of the host of the ClipCast being here, there is a 7'3" Chinese female basketball player taking China by storm. She's being called the female Yao Ming Zhang Ziyu.
I would call her Galzilla. That's just my first joke.
Oh, that's good.
Galzilla.
Dominating China's 18 and under.
Holy shit.
Basketball league.
She was created in a lab.
Can I say this? And I had this thought in New York before I even thought of this story. Or it's in the tip-off. Is it very tall Asians off-putting?
Yes.
Why? Because we're not used to it?
Yeah, we're so used to seeing...
You've been to Asia, I assume?
I haven't.
But
it's only because we're not used to it. Because once in a while, I was walking down, the streets of Manhattan and just saw like a 6'4" Asian guy, and I was like, off-putting.
Yeah,
sure,
but not in a negative way. Just not used to it.
I've been to Asia.
It scares me a little.
I'm 5'10", which is not tall. It's an average white male height. I believe 5'10" is the average white male height. Don't quote me. I went to Asia and I was like a giant there. It was awesome. I loomed ahead over the entire nation.
And when I see a really short black guy, it's a little off-putting.
Yeah. If you were walking down the street
for him.
And somebody was walking their Great Dane, you'd be like, that's a Great Dane.
That's a big-ass dog.
But if a Chihuahua the size of a Great Dane came walking by, you'd be like, what the fuck is that?
What kind of weird dog is that?
So she's going to go to the WNBA?
She's only 17 years old, and she's already 7'3". She scored a perfect 9 for 9 from the field for 19 points in just 13 minutes the other day, adding 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks.
Dude, when she turns 18, I'm going to fuck the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for her to turn 18.
Yeah, she's not going to wake up.
My dick's going to seem super small and all of that.
She's big, too. I mean, she's not a beanpole.
Would she fit in your old house?
Oh, not if she laid down. She'd have to sleep standing up.
She would stand up and she'd be in the loft with you.
7'3" is very tall for an NBA player, let alone an under 18 Asian woman.
Can you just alert me when she turns 18? I'm going to find her.
She's
I'm
got
gonna make her my second
another.
wife.
She must have another 4 inches worth of growth in her.
Possibly,
right?
Yeah.
possibly.
I mean, at 17.
Although girls, I feel like
Yeah.
spurt younger.
She's Boban. She's Chinese Boban. Boban is. I love Boban, but he can't give you a lot of minutes. So I don't think this gal's going to give you a lot of minutes. Is my guess in the WNBA.
All right.
Yao Ming, I don't know if you guys know this, that his parents were both Chinese national basketball players, and I'm pretty sure they made them fuck at gunpoint to create Yao Ming.
Yeah.
You said, Chris, she was made in a lab. I'm assuming they made her by finding two
By
of the tallest.
gunpoint fucking.
You two.
Have you ever fucked by gunpoint? It's the only thing that gets me there.
Yeah, it's the only way.
It's the
the only way
only
you
thing
can
that
come,
gets
right?
me there. Yeah. And it
Good
comes
point.
so quick when the guns come out.
Yeah.
All over my barrel. Oh, no. Who would you rather fuck? Caitlin Clark or that Chinese 17-year-old when she turns 18? You know.
Yeah,
when
and-
she
and
turns
not a
18.
second before.
But who would you rather fuck? Caitlin Clark or the lady Yao Ming dynasty?
Well, I think we'd all say Caitlin Clark, right?
Agree to disagree.
Really?
I want to
Okay.
fuck that big gal.
All right.
Caitlin Clark's too short and too white. Been there, done that.
What is Caitlin Clark? 5'10"?
No.
It's gotta be.
She's got to be taller than that. She's got to
She
be taller
does?
than that. There's no way to know, honestly. We're
Yeah.
just going to guess. There's no way to fact check this.
6 foot, 6 feet
There
tall.
you go. She's taller than me.
2 inches
She's taller
shorter.
than me.
2 inches shorter than Stephen A. Smith when he's wearing his heels.
That's
Dude,
right.
give me 14 more inches of Asian, and I am on board, Caitlin Clark.
She's 6 footer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She's pretty good. Her team stinks.
There is a new or old trend, depending on how you look at it, of people raw dogging flights. This is people get
Mile
on.
High Club?
No, this is when people get on flights and spend the whole time doing absolutely nothing. No phone, no music, no books, no television.
What?
Raw dogging flights.
Looking out the window?
I had that on the way fucking home. 2-hour delay on the tarmac.
Mike August's fault. Guarantee you it was Mike August's
By
fault.
the time we hit that lounge, after the gays were done mincing about,
Right.
we hit the lounge with about 16 minutes worth of lounge time.
Oh, Mike August can wreck that lounge in 16.
No buffet. All ordering from the menu.
Is that enough time to get something?
So Mike gets the menu and he's like, give me top sirloin or whatever. I'm like, that's going to be about 25 minutes. And he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
What do you got fast? What's in the fridge? Crab cakes. Keep them coming. You know, I swear to God. So they start doing it, but we couldn't ruin it. By the way,
Keep signing.
there is no buddy in an airport that can effectively estimate time. Like
No.
this is the part that's nuts. So we go in and we're at like gate 42. Right. And then Mike goes, gate 42, we got to go under the tarmac. We got to
What
go
a
under the
piece
runway with the
of
people
shit.
mover and then back up again. And then it's on the other side or whatever. So he
You're
goes.
like, I'm pretty sure it's in between 41 and 43,
He
Mike
goes,
August.
we got to build in some time
Ay,
from the lounge, you know? And then I say what I always say. I said, Mike, I used to do 2 things for a living. I did radio.
1,
And I taught boxing.
2.
And I boxed enough.
There you go.
You don't know how long 3 minutes is.
It's an eternity.
Until you box, you'll find out how long 3 minutes is. Like, you'll go, fucking something's wrong with the bell. Like, something's wrong. I can't get beat up for this long. Like, right? And I go, in radio, you get a 5-minute commercial break.
Hey.
You can go get a blowjob, smoke
Take
a
a
cigarette in the
shit.
parking lot, like,
Yeah.
take a shit. You don't know how long 5 minutes is. And I'm like, so we pull up. So Mike goes, as we're going into the lounge, he goes, we got to go down the escalators. We got to go across the thing on the people mover. We got to go up. We got to build in some time. I'm like, I want maximum eating and drinking time at this lounge. So then when we pull up, Mike says to the chick behind the counter at American.
Yeah, and she wasn't good looking. I
We're
guarantee you
going,
that.
not good looking.
Yep.
We're going to American. We're going to gate 42. How long from now? And the girl goes, oh, it's a walk. It's a little bit of a walk, which is true. People have no fucking idea how much ground you can cover in 7 minutes, though, when
Right.
you're walking hard, you know, especially when Mike's got
purpose.
his phone out going the wrong direction hard, you know. So the chick goes, she goes, it's 15 from here. And we're walking in the lounge. I go, "That's bullshit. It's not 15. It's faster
Right.
15." And Mike goes,
4 minutes
Mike
tops.
goes, "You've never been here before." I go, "I've never." That's right. That's right. I've never been to this lounge before, and I've never been to Gate 42. She's in her 50s, and she works here. I still know way more than that bitch. And he's like, she said 15. She said you got to go underneath the runway and go across the thing on the people. I go, I heard everything she said. It's not going to be 15. I'm not building in 15. I'll put a fucking clock on it. I guarantee under 10. Under 10, that'll give us 6 extra minutes of devouring free food.
How long did it take you, Adam, to get from point A to point B?
7.5.
Boom.
7.5.
Under 10.
And then we got there and I go, why? But why? Right. Why do I have to know everything? It's a burden knowing everything.
15-round trip, though. You had to go back and tell her she was wrong.
I forgot my earbuds.
You're
and we
a
had
liar.
to circle back around.
Dude, it sucks being smart in a world filled with dumb idiots.
But I also realize women especially can't, it's a parallel parking thing, can't judge space and time. They're not good at time. They're like, she's like, it's all the way on the other side of the thing. And I'm like, that's true. But in 15 minutes, I can cover this entire airport. And it's halfway across this airport.
In her
So it's like,
defense, I have a dick and balls. If I had a hole that bled every 28 days in between my legs, I wouldn't know shit either.
that's a good point.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
a valid point.
I don't know how long it takes places to get.
You're looking at napkins,
Yeah,
and
dude. I'm like,
tampons, and
this hole in between my legs could start bleeding any second now for a full week. That sucks, dude.
yeah, you've been concerned with how far Terminal 42 was.
I could give a fuck how long it takes you,
You're right. You
to
gotta
get to fucking
prioritize.
Terminal
Maybe she was
42.
She seemed postmenopausal to me, but I
She's
still hear where you're
haunted
at.
by the memories.
Haunted by the memory of the period.
monthly hole bleeds.
You're right. No, you're right.
This poor thing, this
No, you're
creature,
right.
this
You're
sweet
right.
little
I should have
angel
some
that you're taking a
sympathy.
shit on. What day was it? Was it Friday? Was Bill Maher taping?
I'm more taking a shit on Mike for believing her.
Fuck Mike August.
Because
That's the one thing I learned from today. Is
all
fuck
people
Mike
do
August.
is pad the shit out of everything, and they have no sense of distance or time. But
Are you going to miss Mike August when you eliminate him from your tour schedule?
It's never going to happen. Way too much.
All right.
Way too entertaining.
Why don't you let him just go off on his own and get lost, and you go the right way?
That's a thought.
Yeah.
It's a thought.
Yeah, that's a
Next
moral
time.
dilemma right there
Next
for
time.
Adam Carolla on the Adam Carolla Show.
All right, where were we?
Okay, you're in the lounge.
I'm in the
You
lounge.
still haven't made it back to Los Angeles.
Oh, raw dog.
Yeah, this is becoming a trend on social media.
All right, we fucking. It was literally like, Mike, I'm spending every second I can in the world's greatest. Nobody was in there but us. Woman, big fan, serving. Young woman saw me on Gutfeld the night before or whatever, 2 nights before.
Right.
Bringing drinks, bringing food.
Her face when she saw you was
Hummus
you on
plate,
tapas.
crab cakes, awesome.
Excellent.
And I'm going, Mike, I'm stay here. And it was like literally like, I'm not doing 15 minutes. I'm giving it 8 minutes to get there based on nothing other than me being me. And here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we hustle. We hustle up. We get on the plane. They shut the door. We roll 20 feet out, and we stop. And we sit there for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
2 hours on the tarmac.
And they never give you an ETA.
And my
They never
screen
know
doesn't
anything.
work. I got
You're
no
raw dogging.
screen.
You're raw
I'm
dogging.
raw dogging it. I'm sitting there for 2 hours. It's a 6-hour flight back, but it shall not begin for 2 hours, and the screen is out the entire time.
The last flight I was on was just a couple days ago. I was in first class, and I was sitting next to this woman who was absolutely stunning. And she wore a mask. Now, immediately I'm like, well, maybe she's sick or maybe she doesn't want to get sick. But honestly, upon the 3-hour, 4-hour flight from Chicago to LA that we were on together, I was like, this woman is wearing a mask because she's so fucking stunning. She wants to not be a 10 on a flight.
I do that when I nap. I pull my baseball hat over my face for the same reason.
Yeah, and like if you want to just not be Adam Carolla on a flight and have
stunning.
a weird fan come up and like
No one. Yeah, occasionally someone, but
I don't think this woman was sick or was worried about getting
She just-
sick. I
yeah.
think she was just so fucking stunning. She's like, I just want to get through this flight and not be flirted with by the creep with the pink donut watch next to me.
I didn't raw dog it, but I did with the screen, for sure. But I have spoken before of a million years ago. more than 20 now, flying first class in New York next to a guy who was full raw dogging it back in 01, maybe
Before
2000.
it was cool, man.
Like, I sat there. I don't know if you know much about my history, but I come from a lack of square footage and air conditioning in North Hollywood, and I'm fucking sitting up there in first class, and they're like,
"You've arrived.
Would you like a bowl of warm nuts?" I'm
Hell
like, "Yes."
yeah.
Would you like the veggie thing?
Hell
yes.
yeah.
Well, which one? Bring them both.
Bring them all.
Bring them both. Would you like
the
a
hot lady
drink?
next to me gave me her nuts.
Oh.
She just had the little dish of nuts. She like with her peripheral vision saw me just annihilate the nuts
with your eyes,
and then she gave me her nuts.
She was like, I could pull down this
know.
mask and eat my own nuts.
Dude,
Right.
and by the way, in the animal kingdom, that's presenting.
That's
what she
called
did to
presenting.
me. So I was like, we should raw dog.
I have
I'll
had,
put a mask on
I've
if that
had
makes you
seat
feel
partners
sexier.
fall asleep, and I've taken their nuts after they've fallen asleep.
Sick.
I go, give me everything. I sat next to a guy. No nuts, no veggies, no cocktails, no entrees,
She said
no
no.
dessert. She said no. The guy was a dude to New York, didn't get a glass of water.
Wow.
The entire fucking
She
flight.
said no to everything. They gave her the nuts without her asking. She gave me her nuts. She said no to the meal. She said no to drinks.
You have to grow up rich.
And
you
then
have to grow up rich.
she
to be
pulled
that
out
way?
of her bag, and I know this because all of a sudden I smelled it first. The biggest sack of Twizzlers I've ever seen.
What? Oh, that's a hot chick food.
I know,
That's
dude.
hot chick
That's
food.
a hot chick food.
That's kibble for hot chicks.
So she pulled out the fucking, she had like one Twizzler. That's all she ate with her fucking mask that hid how hot she was. And then she had to take the mask off to eat the Twizzler. Oh my God. And anyway, like, look, in first class, the good thing is you can jerk off and they don't like freak out about it. So I jerked off in front of her, and like a gentleman,
it's understood.
I came into my own handkerchief. A gentleman carries a handkerchief.
Monogram.
There you go. So I had my hanky, you know what I mean? And I did a little wanky into the hanky.
Wanky hanky.
Yeah, and she ate her Twizzler, and it got me there. And I wish I was at gunpoint because it would have happened faster. Let's go, Clips.
And scene. All right, what's next?
25% of Gen Zers are bringing their parents on job interviews with them.
Oh my gosh.
Some Gen Zers are relying on their parents for help with their job search, and some are even inviting their moms and dads to interviews with them. A survey on resumetemplates.com found 70% of Gen Zers have asked their parents to help them find a job. 16 say their parents have submitted job applications for them. And 1 in 10 have their parents write their resumes. But even more revealing in this survey, 25% say they've brought their parents with them to the job interview. 1 in 4 Gen Zers.
Who hires that person? Who hires the person who brings mom and dad on the interview with them?
Can you guys make an estimate? I don't know how you guys grew up, but I would reckon since I turned 18 or left high school, I think if you took a grand total of like how much money my parents gave me since my 18th birthday, and you included, going out to dinner,
$250, $1,000 tops.
From my age today to then, I would say I'd just go $200.
$200.
That would be, and I'm rounding up. I don't
Right.
think we
Give 'em
got
the
the
benefit of the doubt.
$200. I give zero time, zero effort, zero anything, zero money, zero rides places, zero helping with some application. Just big fat zero. Just nothing.
My dad, big 18 and out guy. When you turn 18, you're
Yeah.
out of the house. That was his whole thing. I heard that mantra every day of my life growing up. 18 and out, 18 and out, 18 and out.
All they wanted is us to leave.
Yeah.
And even when we were in the house, when you were 12, it'd be like, take it outside.
Literally.
Get used to being outdoors.
My parents dropped me off at a school in New York City when I was 10, and then they picked me up when I was 14.
Really?
So, like, they wanted me out of the fucking house, and mission accomplished.
My mom is $100 bill into my hand. Every time, like, I would leave for college, I'd go to Christmas, and I'd come home, and she'd be like, here, just take this.
Lehigh.
$100
Am
bill.
I
That's
wrong?
Right. That's right.
Lehigh.
But to this day, when I get I'm leaving at 44 years old, I'm leaving. She's like, here, take this. And I'm
That's
like,
nice.
I have fucking...
Is she Italian or Spanish?
She is Irish.
Irish, my bad. Oh, you're half Italian, half Irish.
Correct.
Okay, so she's
It's gotta
Irish.
be weird being raised by people who wanted kids.
She's probably giving you cash because she wants you to pick her up some whiskey while
What
you're
is
out.
it like to be raised by people that acted like they wanted kids?
Right.
It's all my
Because
parents.
you wanted your kids.
Yeah,
and you didn't say every day 18 and out. You get out of this fucking nice house in Malibu.
If I walked in my mom's room and went like, "Could you give me a ride to Van Nuys?" She'd just go
fuck yourself.
God, she looked like George C. Scott in Hardcore, watching his daughter get plowed. That's it. That's what my mom looked like. I'm like,
That
my
is not
dad.
the
Like, I'd
Patton
go,
reference I
could
thought
I
you
get
were
a
going
ride up
towards."
the street? And they'd be like,
This is the life I chose. What a piece
what
of
does
shit.
it come to? What does it come to? It's like, did you not want kids? Why'd you have kids?
Right.
I don't get it. Everything is like, Dad, could I have a quarter? The ice cream truck. Oh, God.
Well, all these kids don't want to leave home.
Oh, God. I know it's weird. I knew my parents didn't want me anywhere near any of their shit, their wallet, their house, their anything. I knew it, and it's like, we're leaving.
It is interesting to me that you didn't leave North Hollywood area, and maybe you did. I don't know. The Adam Carolla
How was
story.
I going? Where was I going?
Because
how would I get there?
Well, your mom's not giving you a ride.
I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything.
But you do have some dough, and you obviously had some success, whatever.
Oh, now.
But and I get it. It's the dream factory.
I had
here
to
in
pick up.
Hollywood.
I had to pick up a door in Van Nuys. I don't live. In
No, but still, you live in the 40-mile radius of Van Nuys.
That's true.
So I live 3,000 miles away from where I was born and raised.
Right.
And so I wanted to get the fuck out of Jersey, personally.
Right.
And my father raised me that way, 18 and out. And then when I was 21, I moved to Los Angeles, and I haven't left. And one day I will retire. Have you ever thought about retiring? Because I just finally got to the age where I'm like, when is it enough?
Never.
When can we rein it in? You want to just drop dead on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Killer ratings.
That's right.
It'll be a memorable episode.
YouTube will fucking blow up.
I don't. Here, let's see George C.
Scott watching his daughter get plowed.
This is my
What's
dad.
the name of the movie?
This is Hardcore. This is my dad and my mom. If I ever
wanted
asked
to ride
them for a ride somewhere, or maybe a jersey with my name on it or something.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off!
Turn it off! Take the bus to Van Nuys.
That'd be my mom in North Hollywood.
Oh, he's in the porn theater watching his daughter get railed. I've never seen this movie. Obviously, I need to see it now.
Oh.
Turn it off!
So you're walking to Van Nuys.
I just need a little money for Taco Bell, Dad.
Ooh, let's watch My Little Brownie next.
No, listen. You got to watch. Somebody did an early cheap fake on this. Do you guys know that?
No.
On George C. Scott watching his daughter get railed?
Yeah.
An early cheap fake on that scene. I don't know this.
You too. Call yourselves comedians.
Barely.
Yeah.
You've been listening.
I thought you were just having a bad day.
Like, I'm having a bad decade.
The Biden campaign called and said Chris had a cold.
That's right. That's
first
right. He's
break.
still got his facilities. He knows where his liver pills and remote are.
Dawson, you know this clip, do you not?
I'm sure I've seen it. I can't remember what it is, though.
George C. Scott cheap fake.
I know I've seen a parody.
Yeah, we played it on the show.
Turn it off.
It's him watching a Sandler trailer.
Right, yeah.
Now you know what it is,
A
right?
straight to Netflix movie.
And I didn't know the original clip, so I would have never gotten the...
Oh, let's go clip. Let's go clip.
Sits down in the theater. He's looking for his daughter.
Where's Fred Willard?
In every family, there's one person who drives you a little crazy.
I gotta pick Jill up
Jack
at
and
4 in the
Jill.
morning.
She comes once a year and she's leaving on Sunday.
But during the holidays,
Jack, no fighting this year.
there's no escaping it.
American
when it's your
Airlines.
sister,
How we doing?
your twin sister.
No, you're getting fatter and your hair doesn't realize it needs to cover more face.
Okay.
From the producers of Just Go With It and Grown Ups.
Twin and Jill are so alike.
We are nothing alike, I promise you.
She isn't subtle.
Jill, this is Otto.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
He's homeless, right? Are you whispering with a bullhorn or something? Everybody hears you.
This fall,
Seriously, honey, can't you try a little harder?
It's George
She's your
C. Scott
sister.
looking
Guess
very
who is
uncomfortable.
taking you to the Lakers game.
Finally, some twins.
Al Pacino plays himself in this movie. There he is.
Mr. Pacino.
What this? This is insane, man. You gotta call him. Oh, will you stop, brother? You know all he wants to do is play Twister
The
with
greatest
your sister.
mashup ever.
Daddy, you know how to jump rope?
We were the Double Dutch Kings.
This was his last comedy that was released in theaters.
Is forever.
I crave this. Family time.
Please don't destroy my pool.
Turn it off!
Your sister and I grew up on the same streets. When I look at her, I see me.
When I look at her, I see me too.
Jack and Jill.
Incredible. But it works on Netflix.
That's the greatest cheap fake ever.
Incredible. Incredible.
Anyway, that's what Pop's Carolla and Mom's Carolla would act like if I walked in the room and went,
Ask
could I
for
have
anything.
$1?
Right. Him again.
So they were not going with you on a
Even
job
in this
interview.
lavish 650 square foot dwelling, I still can't find a place to hide.
From Mr. Bullshit. Mr. Needy.
God.
Get out of the room.
Yeah, my parents had there was no inkling that they wanted their kids at all
Of course.
at any time.
They likely
ever.
didn't.
I think they didn't.
Yeah.
I'd have to say they
Yeah,
did.
they did.
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
I had a sister. I have a sister. I just was cleaning my warehouse and wrote and read my mom's goodbye letter.
Whoa.
To us.
Heavy.
It was. But the thing that was funny about it is a couple of things. It was a typed letter, which was fine.
Oh, that's fancy.
It was typed.
Do you think she dictated it?
It was made to both of us. We didn't get an individual.
No, not separate
We didn't
letters.
get a
Did she
separate
say, like,
letter.
Dear
My
Adam
sister and I have
and-
had very different lives. Very different lives. But we got one letter. And it was, and by the way, it's why I why I have a lot of energy for this subject, which is, I will, I'll paraphrase her.
Your
but
mother's dying letter to you and your sister.
Yes. It was basically...
CC'd Adam.
I know I didn't act like it ever, but there was great love.
Sure.
And I'm always like, first off, who cares? Then if I don't know, there's great love. That's great, except for you never do anything or act like it or do anything. So...
Right.
Is there great love?
Right.
Because there's shit I care about and shit I love. There's people.
Yep.
And then there's things. And then you would know it by my actions because I'm involved with this and I speak to them a lot and I try to offer. And
you love Drew. You stayed at his place in the Chelsea Pier. You have a love for Dr. Drew. That's your great friend.
I talked to Dr. Drew today before
love him.
the show, and I love Dr.
Yeah.
Drew, and I was very thankful that he let me and Mike August stay.
Fuck Mike August.
And it's kind of
course.
And I thanked him profusely, and I do love the guy.
Yeah.
And then I also love racing vintage cars.
Excellent.
And the last thing I did when I walked out of my shop is I told the guy, we're going to start prepping this car that's going to Monterey that I'm racing this year. So I have an interest in both those things, and they're both expressed.
Right.
Because I do love that.
Yes.
And I love a cup of warm nuts on a first-class lounge.
Especially
in flight.
given to you by a hottie.
But there's nothing I don't talk about or hug or like or confer with or discuss or anything, but there's great love. There's great love. I would argue with that. And I would also argue, so what?
Yeah.
So then what? If it
Right.
doesn't translate into money or hugs or support or anything or lasagna or anything, then what good? Okay, look, then you're like Michael Jackson. You love the children of the world. You love them all.
Some more than others.
Some more than others. So you don't get to not do anything for someone your entire life, and then at the end you get to go, but there was great love.
Right.
And I don't even know why. I don't even know why you would commit that to paper because you're basically just going,
better late than never.
Listen, I know I never did anything or ever helped. I never did anything, but great love. Now I can go in peace.
Right.
And I get pissed off when people play that card.
Of course.
I would much rather have zero love and all the accoutrements of love minus the actual love. Thank you.
That's actually what my parents, like my mom, I don't think my mom will say, I love you in a letter after, but everything, all the support, everything along the way, but we'll never be like, we had great love, a lot of love. She won't say
No,
it,
she slipped you the $100. That was her version of it.
To this day.
My father clearly never got hugged by his father, so then he overcompensated. So he's very handsy, honestly. It's a lot of hugging.
Your
It was
dad did a lot
of hugging.
He wanted you out at 18, but a lot of hugging?
Which is mixed.
Weird.
That's very conflicting.
That's
you know
conflicting.
What I mean? I love you.
He was
I'm
a man
proud
of
of
the
you.
cloth,
I
correct?
want you out of here. Reverend Dr. Dad, Reverend Mom. That's why that's why I'm fucked.
Of religion?
Yeah, theology.
Martin Luther King? Okay.
Reverend Doctor went to the New York Theological such and such to get it. Yeah,
complex.
Mm-hmm. They are very learned. They did the time so I could do the crime. Don't worry about it, Adam Carolla. Don't worry about it. Fuck God.
All right, let's do one more story. So
This next one's the first two words of the next headline are mother and child. So I'm just skipping it because we're not doing this again.
Child reunion. There was always lots of love.
That's right.
I just never showed you or told you.
The doctors have coined the term stress laxing. A new phrase being thrown around as doctors have found that some people actually stress themselves out
while relaxing
by trying to relax.
I read that in a book. Californians are aggressively laid back. And I think that's very accurate.
The sorry, go ahead.
The problem with the chapter we're living in.
Yes.
And by the way, all California is the sort of cliff notes of the chapter we're living in. They're like the Boolean cube.
Right.
Of it. It's the condensed of what we're living. All the worst ideas are just here condensed.
Log line. It's the log line of
Right.
the Cliff's Notes
Right.
of the piece. Not even Cliff's Notes. Just give me the
And
first
so
two lines to sum up everything.
We always talk about how stressful everything is. Like everyone's like, so stressful. So stressful. You know what I mean? And they go like, oh, I had to drive to Nevada. So stressful. I had to sit in traffic to get back to Mount. It's just stressful. Everything's like, I had to go to Home Depot and buy a 4-in-1 screwdriver. It's like, so stressful. So stressful. So everyone, first off, everyone front loads everything. It was like stress. And I go, it's really not. It's really not. The car's got air conditioning.
Yeah.
I got a credit card. I can go do this. I can do that because it's so stressful. And it'll do like a lot with like, oh, and then they added a second show or a third show, and they're like so stressful. And it's like I stand on stage for an hour, I tell jokes, it's air conditioned, I get a beer. It's not
that big of a
stressful.
deal.
It's not that deep. It's not that big a deal. So we do a lot, and then they go, everything is so stressful, and now we have to decompress from all the stress, and then everyone starts talking about what they need to do to decompress from all the stress, and now they're up in their fucking head because they've said stress 1,000 times. It's like, just eat the hot dog. You don't want to know what's in it. You don't want to visit the Hormel plant. You don't want to see how any shit is rendered. Just fucking enjoy the hot dog and have a beer.
Farmer John's hot dogs. You don't want to know what Farmer John did to get this hot dog.
Don't take a deep dive into everything and how stressful everything is. Stressful compared to what? All who came before us?
Right.
The Donner Party?
Sure.
Like who? What? Fucking chillax, everyone, and stop talking about your stress. Stop talking about what everything does to you.
Don't stress lax.
We're not hydrated, or we're overhydrated, or we're something hydrated, and we need to decompress, and all this shit. And people are like, you need to decompress. You need to, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking and traveling and fucking eating for free.
Another pro of COVID, and the laundry list of pros just goes unchecked. All pros is during COVID or whatever, we couldn't do anything. So I built a tiki bar in my backyard. And so if you're ever wondering, like, I wonder what Chris Wylde is up to today. I am not stressed out. I am chilling out. I'm chillaxing in the wild tiki bar, possibly in a hammock. Joe Praino's been there
many times. The wild tiki bar.
I'll make you an Arnold Palmer, or if you like booze, an Arnold Palm Tree. Okay, and the Arnold Palmer, as we all know, is lemonade and iced tea. The Arnold Palm Tree is lemonade, iced tea, white rum, and dark rum. Okay, and there you go.
Together in harmony.
In harmony, swinging in the hammock of life, not stress laxing, chillaxing.
Can I ask you this?
Please do.
And maybe in Mike Oggs' defense, went to governors. Mike always gets the Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
Big club, 350 seats, full bar, full kitchen, baked Zito or Ziti. Is it
Ziti.
Big
Ziti.
Yeah, Zito's a different guy.
Zito's a guy.
Good stuff. Everything's good. Full bar, full everything.
He gets the Arnold Palmer.
People go there early to eat. He gets Arnold Palmer. They're like, oh, yeah, we got iced tea, but we don't have lemonade. And I'm like, isn't there some sort of federal law that you have to have lemonade in this huge establishment with all these drinks and stuff?
Of course.
No lemonade. So they go, we have lemon, whatever, sour that we make margaritas or something. And like, we'll try that. And I'm like, all right, this is never going to. And of course, it tasted like ass. But I mean, I feel like lemonade itself and the Arnold Palmer are ubiquitous enough to have a thing a minute made in the fridge, back there somewhere. Isn't that weird just to go, we don't have? The only thing that's weirder, and she didn't do it, but it happens all the time where people go, no, we don't have lemonade. I know people ask all the time. I was like, there's no way you could possibly accommodate those.
Also, lemonade is just lemon and water and sugar. And for an Arnold Palmer, you only need a quarter of you could make lemonade.
100%.
No lemonade.
And what is the number? Is it when 100,000 people ask for an Arnold Palmer that you go out and get some fucking lemonade?
I don't know. I'm obsessed with businesses where they go, everyone asks for that.
We don't have that. We don't have that.
I go to the Zanku and I go, give me the shawarma, half chicken, half beef shawarma plate.
We can't do that.
Yeah, but everyone wants it, but no can't.
We're not going to ever fucking do it. We'll die on this hill.
They will. All right. Let's bring it home. I'd say that's enough.
All right, bring the ship in for a landing, Captain Adam.
Chris Wylde, the podcast, ClipCast.
That's right.
Everybody.
Every year I've predicted the Clippers are going to go 82-0. This is our 13th season, and I will be once again wrong. But this year, 82-0. We got a new dome, Sweet Dome.
Ran into Donald Sterling.
Oh, man, have you been watching the soap opera about where Al Bundy plays Donald Sterling?
I haven't seen it, but I ran into him
at
Lucky's in Malibu, and we spoke for a while.
He kind of reminds me of Trump.
Yeah.
Where, in person, he's actually quite charming.
Yeah.
And he's almost, aggressively charming.
Mm-hmm.
But there is just this layer of bullshit about him that's kind of slimy, whatever. He's a little slimy.
Yeah.
Ballmer is...
And both slumlords.
Yes, they're both slumlords. Ballmer obviously is the better owner, but he's also super intense. If you talk to Ballmer, he's shouting at you. It's good to see you, Carolla!
He ordered. We're at Lucky's in Malibu. Is a table next to mine. He ordered a Grecian Palmer. It's Grecian formula.
Grecian Palmer.
Yeah, it's tea and Grecian formula.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. All right.
82-0 this season. Paul George left, but that's okay. We're going to be just fine. Clippers, this is their year. Clippers, Nets finals. It's going to happen in my lifetime.
All right.
Maybe not this season.
Eugene, Oregon, McDonald Theater. That'll be me doing stand-up July 12th, and then July 13th, Chinook. Well, I can't even remember.
Come for Mike August. Stay for Adam Carolla.
That's right. What is that word?
Snoqualmie
Casino will be doing stand-up there July 13th, and then Carpinteria. Oh, going to Dawson's place, the Alcazar Theater. That'll be South Coast, and stand-up. That'll be July 27th. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Joe Praino and Chris Wylde saying,
let's go, Clips.
Mahalo.